And even more secrets could be made public. WikiLeaks claims they have thousands of additional documents yet to be released. In Washington, Adam May, WJZ Eyewitness News. Firefighters were on the scene here for more than 12 hours. They just left a couple of hours ago, and they've been replaced by restoration and cleanup crews now boarding up this old building. Today's walking around on the ground out here, I can tell you it does look like a war zone. Debris like this sign is literally scattered around this area for blocks. There is no electricity out here, and more than 200 people at this hour are seeking emergency shelter. Well, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has signed a $1.5 million book deal
during the holiday season.
I put on 4 or 5. Food was good this year. Also in Health Watch, fish oil may not help you lose weight faster if you're already dieting and exercising. Denise, you know how there are so many tall buildings surrounding that area right there, and a lot of people up at their high rises were able to look down and take good video of that. The attempted assassination of Representative Gabrielle Giffords is prompting many members of Congress to rethink their personal security and their political rhetoric. President Obama and the First Lady led a national moment of silence from the White House for Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords and the other victims of the Arizona shooting.
All of us are still grieving and in shock from the tragedy that took place.
Lawmakers from each side of the aisle filled the steps of the U.S. Capitol to remember one of their own.
To target Gabby Giffords, it's an attack on democracy.
Maryland Congressman Dutch Ruppersberger and Giffords recently traveled to Iraq together. He says they feared security concerns there, but not back home. You're very accessible. You're out there in the public. People run into you at stores. Are you going to change your personal security?
I'm not going to change my personal security as much, but I want security for my staff.
Those procedures are now under evaluation, as Congressman Elijah Cummings reveals he gets 2 to 3 threats a month.
I think we need to see this incident as a wake-up call for all of us.
Cummings and other members of the Maryland delegation are calling for a new age of civility in politics.
We're asking everyone to try to calm down some of the rhetoric. We don't want to make any assumptions about cause and effect, but I think it's important that we watch the words that we use. Words do have consequences.
We can debate issues day and night, whether you're left or you're right, but we need to understand that people need to be tolerant of other people's point of view in this country, the United States of America.
And we heard a lot of that heated political rhetoric, even some threats aimed at members of Congress during the health care debate. A repeal of that bill was scheduled to take place this week, but it's now been placed on hold. In Washington, Adam May, WJZ Eyewitness News. Things have continued to change almost every 15 minutes or so. You almost get a glimpse of sunshine every once in a while, then you get some rain, then you get a gust of wind, then it's still. The one thing that has been consistent all day are the huge waves right now stirring up the ocean. The outer bands of Hurricane Earl now violently churning the waters off the coast of Ocean City. Vacationers are amazed at the size of the waves.
Quite windy and the sand is beating against your legs, but the waves are absolutely beautiful.
It's pretty cool. The waves are probably some of the biggest I've ever seen, and it's just pretty eerie.
And for the second day in a row, the waters here off Ocean City are closed to swimmers. It's very easy to see why. The waves right now are huge, up to 10 feet high, and the riptides are extremely strong and dangerous. This man was arrested for jumping in the ocean naked. Ocean City officials say it's the only incident of interest so far, and they're hoping it stays that way.
It's going to be out of here. So those that are planning to come to Ocean City, they just monitor that a little bit, wait till the event is over. Should be smooth sailing to the beach.
Many tourists decided to keep their vacation plans and make Earl an attraction.
We've had reservations, and we decided that we would be brave and come meet Earl.
It's crazy. We've never experienced anything like this. The waves are nuts, but it's great.
That's right. A lot of people out here are actually saying they think that this storm is actually great right now because there have been no major problems reported in Ocean City. What I'm noticing a lot of here the last couple of hours are families, people that come outside the hotels, they walk down to the beach, they take a couple of pictures of these big waves, and then they're going back inside their hotel waiting for this storm to blow through. Reporting live in Ocean City, Adam May, WJZ Eyewitness News. Jessica, back to you on Television Hill. Thanks, Denise. I'm with Matthew Crenson, political science professor at Johns Hopkins. First, I want to get your reaction to the news. Jessica just reported that voter turnout right now is either set to either meet or exceed what we saw in the last governor's. Well, then let's take a look at the polls in the governor's race and how they've been tracking. If all these polls are correct, basically the Republicans are set to take over the House this time, very similar to what we saw in '94 with the Republican Revolution, correct?
Yeah, not only that, but in '94 they took over the Senate as well as the House.
So this could actually be better for Democrats than '94. Well, big shakeup tonight, Vic. As of right now, Democrats appear to be holding on to control of the U.S. Senate. One of the big races people were watching was Delaware. Now let's switch gears real quick, talk about the U.S. House. A very different story. That's where Republicans have now picked up officially 35 seats, and they are projected to pick up a total of 50. That means they will take firm control of Congress. The dangers of texting while driving hit home for a family in Pasadena. Police say the distraction most likely triggered a fatal accident involving a young college student.
That coming up in just a few moments. Back inside.
All right, your hands must be a little cold out there, Tim. Thanks. Most of Maryland got off easy, as Tim was just saying, compared to states north of us. Up and down the entire East Coast, people are still coping with this monstrous system. As Joel Brown reports for WJZ, the storm is causing major problems for millions. The storm even prompted the NFL to postpone the Sunday night football game between the Eagles and Vikings in Philadelphia. That'll be played tomorrow instead. And remember that WJZ-13 is always lots of great pictures on our website right now. They got a slideshow there at WJZ.com.
Send them in.
And still ahead on WJZ's Eyewitness News at 5 o'clock, it's a vacation disaster. American tourists killed in Egypt. We'll tell you how it happened. A holiday tragedy, a young mother gunned down on Christmas Day right in front of her child. So who's responsible for the crime? Vic is in the newsroom with the latest on the search for the suspect. Well, if you're tired of paying too much to see your favorite band, we got some great news for you. Promoters are now planning to make concert tickets more affordable next year. A Colorado switching station catches fire, sending plumes of black smoke into the air.
Back to you for
Either
now.
way, the playoffs should be exciting, Mark. Thank you.
doubt.
And the Ravens, they wrap up their regular season next Sunday. It's right here in Baltimore. Well, it's hard to believe, but 2010 is coming to a close. And Friday, New Year's Eve, you can see all of Baltimore's fireworks and celebrations live right here on WJZ-13. As WJZ presents the Ports America New Year's Eve Spectacular. It all starts 11 p.m. Friday right here on WJZ-13. All right. Doing that when the camera comes on. You got your little dance
You're
with the
doing
song.
our little dance. I'm dancing because it's going to be maybe in the 50s.
Just last New Year's Eve, they actually, was it the year before
No,
when they had to postpone it because the winds
the
were so strong? It was just bitter out there.
And it was also how it was like locking, it's the year before, I guess, it was locking in all that smoke.
Yeah.
And we had
we had fog last year.
That was last year.
There's been
We're all
several
running
weather issues
together.
with New Year's Eve. This one could actually be good, is what you're saying.
Right now, we're looking pretty
And
good.
India has become the country's oldest father.
Yes, amazingly, this man became the proud father of a son at the age of 94. His wife, who gave birth to the child, is in her mid-50s.
Is that Hugh Hefner?
It could be.
The couple termed the child's birth a gift from God. Both mom, dad, and the baby are said to be in good health.
Better them than us.
Yeah, 94, having a toddler. Imagine chasing that around the house.
And the mom in the 50s. Oh, my goodness.
Still to come tonight on WJZ's Eyewitness News.
Get a big box. Just wrap the box. There you go.
Or a bag of Tupperware. That's just a bunch of lint. Sharon, don't worry. He takes a 3-hour nap every day. Well, you sleep like 5 minutes that day.
Maybe.
She hasn't asked to babysit again.